Shout out our sponsors, GW Competitions. They run regular draws for you to win different prizes, from cash to Rolexes to cars and all sorts. It's all legit, and the draw is run through the Google number generator. And the prize is delivered the next day, and if it's cash, it's transferred the same day. The draws are run on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. And you got to be in it to win it.
Ayo, we made this. Ammo 7 did it again.
And part two, we had to cut part one because the story is just a bit mad. Mm-hmm. So you said to survive, you had to do things which are out of your comfort zone. Yeah. Like, what did you have to do, if you don't mind getting into it?
Like that night that I told you about, like I phoned my mum telling her about I'm with this girl in a hotel. Reality, there weren't no girl in a hotel. So I'm sitting on that staircase, you know what I'm saying? With my head buried in my knees, basically. You know what I'm saying? My head in my hands, just thinking like, raw, like. That for me was rock bottom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That for me was like, raw, how did I get here? Do you know what I mean? But that night there was an example of what I had to do outside my comfort zone. Where did I sleep that night?
Where did you sleep?
Where did I sleep? I didn't. I spent a whole, 24 hours just 19 years old, up the whole night, wandering the street. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, the next day, I saw like this woman, you know, she spoke English. Like, she had a bit of a London accent. Yeah. And she said, "Raw, you look tired, exhausted. You alright?" Because I'm walking and I'm you know, imagine you're walking and you're like, what, you're trying to stay awake because you're in public, there's daytime, everything's happening, you got your phone on you and everything. And then she goes, "You alright?" Like, she goes, like, "You look young, like, why are you like you're falling asleep?" I said, "But I haven't slept, I'm tired." She goes, Why ain't you slept?" I go, "Where am I supposed to sleep?" And then she goes, "Well, haven't you got a home or anything?" I said, "Look, I got sent here by England." And you guess what the funniest thing about it is? She's from England. Yeah. So she's looking at me like, "What? England sent you here?" I said, "Yeah, like I've been dragged on a plane by the Home Office and sent here." She goes, "That's evil." She goes, "So where's your mum?" I said, "She's in England." I said, she goes, "What about your dad?" "He's in England as well." Yeah. I said, "Any brothers, sisters?" I said, "They're all in England. My entire immediate family, the only family I've ever known on this planet, is all in England." Yeah. She goes, "That's evil." She started crying. You know what I'm trying to say? And then it was through her sympathy that I kind of helped, like, manage to get back on my feet. So she said, "You know what? This is where you go. This is who you talk to." I think they called it Citizens
Advice Bureau.
Advice Bureau. Yeah. Because they spoke English. Yeah. Remember, the big key part everyone misses here is you're in a country where you don't speak the language. Yeah. How do you articulate your issues? There's a huge struggle in doing that. So this place was like a place for interpreters. Yeah. You know, they spoke English and they'll give me documents and fill them out in terms of trying to get help or housing or anything along those lines. And you have to go back to another place where there's an interpreter. You know what I'm saying? Because the documents are all in German. So I can't fill them out. I now got to travel to the free interpreter to help me fill out those documents and register myself. And I used those she helped me register myself for those documents basically, and bam, I got my ID again. So I got a new German passport now. You know what I'm saying? But before that, obviously I needed more money whilst I was in Germany. So I'll go to junkies, man. You see homeless people sometimes with ID on them in the streets. You literally just go to someone and go, like, "My man, literally, I'm broke. I'm dead broke. I need money sent over from England, but I don't have ID myself. Yeah. I'll give you about 30, 40 pound if you let me send a few hundred pound with your ID through Western Union from England." These are people who are starving, hungry, they ain't eating the whole day, they're gonna get up and say, "Yeah, of course." And that's how I used to get money for the first few days. So I'd always use like a homeless person's ID or a stranger's ID to get money sent over until I got my own ID. Yeah. And then once I got my own ID, they directed me to like a bed and breakfast. So it was like, how do I describe it? It was like a place where, just bed and breakfast.
Like
exactly what it's called.
yeah.
Like a hostel. Yeah, exactly that. Like a hostel type of setup, like a bed and breakfast. And that was pretty much about it. I spent that there was probably the most testing phase of my life, as far as mentally. Yeah. As far as like my sanity was tested. You know what I mean?
Did you end up making any friends out there?
That's what I'm saying. I met some real genuine people out there. Like I made music. Yeah. So I'm over there in Germany thinking nobody don't know me here. Man, there's a few people, coming to me like, man, I actually heard about you still. Like, you know what I'm saying? I met my boy Omar, you know what I'm saying? He's from London originally, you know what I'm saying? But he was out there in Berlin at the time, you know what I'm trying to say? He's over in Berlin now. They're killing the music industry right now. As far as Berlin goes right now, they're killing the game right now in Berlin. But,
so we'll check the chair because
it's
squeaking. Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the game goes, they're killing the music industry right now in Berlin. You know what I'm saying? They're doing their thing, but
is there a big drill scene out there as well?
They don't do drill, they just rap.
Right, okay.
So it's like trap rap, it's about lifestyle. So they're doing their thing, but...
And how is sort of Berlin compared to London in terms of the culture and the sort of street stuff over there?
I'd say London's just lost, man. People are dying for no reason over here, but it's not even like... when I was young and I looked up that, and I can't say I was a bit influenced by like the whole, like gangster culture kind of thing. Yeah. That's what I call it. It looked a bit realer than this. This isn't what I thought it was. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, I think people just glamorize a certain lifestyle so much that the younger people kind of grow up looking at it like, this lifestyle is lit, when in reality it's not. Like, there's nothing in this life. Like, do you know what I mean?
So you finally got your appeal. I mean, what was the feeling when that's come through? How did that even happen?
I did an interview with The Guardian. Yeah. I basically spoke about my last few months in Germany, how did
that even come about with the Guardian? How did they reach out to you, or you reach out to them?
I reached out to them, so I was in touch with them, basically saying, because I've done my research about it, right? Like the law about the immigration law and everything. See, the thing about it is, when you're in a predicament, the first thing you're gonna do is, I need to get to the bottom of it. Yeah. Any human being in a problem looks for the solution. So I said, let me look for the solution. Like, okay. So when I'm speaking to solicitors and that, they're telling me, bro, do you know what they've done to you is illegal? I said, what do you mean it's illegal? Yeah. Like, I've been deported. Like, they wouldn't have done it to me if it wasn't legal. They said, it's illegal. You've got the right to a family life. Your entire family's in England. Yeah. It's your human right. Yeah. They can't just isolate you from the only family you have on the planet and say it's legal.
I mean, you say this, and the thing is
that... They do it. Don't get me wrong.
I got bare friends right now who might need to watch this, but they've been back home in Africa for a little while now.
I know this, but the dead honest reality about it is this, the system, the immigration system in the country, it's not set up upon facts and law and what's right and what's wrong. It's a river. Yeah. They test the waters. And if they can swim, they do. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's like they grab man, hit you up with a bunch of burdens and immigration this and immigration that, and if you ain't got the money to afford legal representation, which is not free, no legal aid, you're already fucked. Then they ask you to go back and get documents from fuck knows when, 10 or 20 odd years ago, which realistically, that shouldn't even be your job to do. Yeah. It's their job to do. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? They should have all those documents on the country's database. So in reality, what they're doing is, it's like, it's not about the law. Don't get me wrong. Every country needs to have an immigration system in place. I understand that. However, what's happening in my experience in England, it's abuse. It's not, you can't call that an immigration system. You can't be sending armies into other man's country and sitting there high ground saying, "Oh, we're the good people, we're the good people of the world. We send armies to the Middle East and everything." When you're doing that back home, where you going? You're telling me I should spend the next 10 years of me living my life without my mum, dad, brothers and sister. Do you know what kind of robbery that is? My mum works as a nurse in hospital, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. Do you know what kind of insult it is to my mum to say, "We want to deport your son"? You're basically saying to her, "Thanks for risking your life. If you died, we would have treated your child like an alien." Yeah. And by treating her child like an alien, you know what you're telling her? That you see her as an alien. Yeah. So you're telling my mum, that's the thank you my mum gets for risking her life for this country. My dad's a support worker, you know, in a what was it, mental health, you know what I'm saying? But that happened during the COVID-19 pandemic again. So once again, that's a front line job. That's a job which involves him taking frontline risk. Yeah. So once again, what you're basically telling me is my parents are risking their lives for this country, and the thank you they get is we're treating your son like an alien. Do you get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
It's like my parents have, this is what my dad says, well, I paid tax to this country for the last 20 odd years. You want to treat my son like an alien? That makes no sense. Yeah. They're quick to say, oh, but you got caught in possession of a kitchen knife. Do people carry knives in Germany? Yeah. Do they? They don't. That's a problem here. So how on earth do you get away with blaming other countries for problems which have started here?
Yeah. That's mad the way you said that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you get away with that? It's like, and another thing that I have to remember is this, right? I'm a product of my environment. The things I've been convicted for because of where I grew up. It's not just things in life are not always down to just how you are as a human being. Yeah. A lot of things in life are down to being a product of your environment, circumstance. I grew up in Edmonton. I'm a black boy. Yeah. Do the maths. Like a lot of things are not really down to you. A lot of things are down to who you are and where you grow up. Do you know what I mean? So for them to turn around and say, yeah, possession of a kitchen knife, we're going to try and use that to justify you being deported. Between me and you, how many people do you know that's been arrested for a kitchen knife?
Plenty.
And how many of them do you know that's been deported? None. That's the right answer. None. Do you know why? Because there's levels of crime. Yeah. Do you understand? So like in immigration law, which I've done my research, they've got something called the threshold. So it's public security threshold, imperative ground threshold, and public policy. Yeah. So public policy is for like tourists. You see, if you come to the country, you've been there less than 5 years, you mess about, they'll kick you out. Yeah. Public policy. Public security is for people who've been here longer than 5 years. So if you, as a European, if you've been in England longer than 5 years, you automatically have permanent residence. Yeah. So I've got permanent residence in England. But a person with permanent residence can be deported on the basis that he's a risk to the public security, right? Now, a person who's been here well over 5 years, well over 10 years, can only be deported on imperative grounds. Now, you tried to deport me for possession of a kitchen knife at 17. My cellmate at the time in that prison was there for firearms. He won his appeal. He wasn't deported. He went before the court, said, yes, I've been caught with firearms, but blah, blah, blah. I told whoever he told his story. He said, yeah, okay, your crime's serious. However, it's not serious enough for you to justify your deportation. Now, you know, in every immigration case, there's something called a reference case. Yeah. You know what the reference case is? It's basically like, cool, we used the judgment from this case.
Arthur versus Coleman.
Yeah, thank you, to reference in your case. Now, you see in my case, yeah, why I love the reference case that is being used in my case was that of a guy called Mr. Stravetsky. Now, basically, he was convicted of a fuckload of shit, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about fraud, convicted of it, you know what I'm saying? So I've got his whole, how they do reference cases is they'll write down his entire history, everything he's been convicted of and everything, so I can compare it. So I'm comparing it now, like, okay, this guy that they're using as a reference case in my case, let's see what he's been convicted of. Fraud on old people on 3 different occasions counts. Cool, bailed for that. Stabbed the person in the neck. Bailed for that. Broke into a woman's house. Woman came home, so what you did in my house? Beat her black and blue. Wow. Battered her in the house. He went before the court, said, I've been in this country for more than 5 years, 10 years, I got permanent residence. You know what they told him? You're allowed to stay in the country. What you did was serious, undoubtedly, and it is. You know, the crimes you did were serious. However, they don't meet the level of seriousness to be deported. Yeah.
And you just had a...
So imagine me, but the reality about these cases is the way it works is I'm a black youth from a neighborhood. The whole Home Office system is set up to target people who they think will get away with it. Yeah. So they're looking at me like, you're just a little road man. You don't even know what we're writing on these documents about. You probably won't even read it. Yeah. Little do they know I would.
So then you, like you said, you were proactive and contacted the Guardian.
So I'm reading that saying, that's not legal. You've deported me under a policy which is made for people who've been in this country less than 5 years. Yeah. My documents say we are deporting you on public policy.
No.
Do you know what I mean though? The documents themselves say we are deporting you on the grounds of public policy. You can only deport a person on the grounds of public policy if you've been there less than 5 years. I've been here since primary school. We're in 2020. It's past 10 years is an understatement now. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So who did you know to contact in The Guardian?
I spoke to there was it Damien? You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, who did you know? I mean, The Guardian. Who did you know? Okay, let me target this person to send it to him. And
basically, there's a journalist called Damien, and he's fair, entirely honest in all his reports. The guy, he even says it to me in a way. He said, you don't condone the whole knife carrying thing. And I respect that. Do you know what I mean? But he basically came over and just said, like, yeah, like, he done an interview, just asked me, you know, bought me something to eat in Berlin, you know what I'm saying? Said, like, tell me about the story and that. And I just told them pretty much, like, I ain't got no family over here. I don't speak the language. Like this, you could have put me in Tokyo and it would have been the exact same experience. Like literally, you could have put me in North Korea. Like what was I supposed to do? Knock on the inside of my mum's belly, say, please don't let me out here. Like you have to remember how they bring us up. They tell us in primary school, you're all equal. You all got equal rights and everyone's fair. You know what I'm saying? Love each other. No one's different to him. The minute you turn 18 and you get caught with a kitchen knife, oh, but you're German. Why didn't you tell me that when I was in primary school? Why didn't you tell all the little kids, all the British ones, go to that side of the room. Everything else go on this side of the room. Look at each other and point and say, you don't have equal rights in the country. He can get caught with a kitchen knife, do his time and go home on his release date. You get caught with a kitchen knife, do your time and have to do a year extra immigration hold. Pay thousands of pounds for legal fees. Teach people that instead of teaching us about equality because it's not equal.
So the guy wrote the article.
He done the article, but it never went out, and I found that weird. You know, so I can't.
It didn't actually go out. Okay.
I come back to England.
How? What I'm saying.
I wrote to the courts basically saying, look, like you lot can't keep on trying to keep me under the carpet. I'm not an idiot. I know this isn't legal, and let's be honest, it isn't legal. You can't tell us. You can't say, 26-year-old Stravetsky stabbing necks and breaking into people's homes. You can stay here. You're not a serious risk to the public. But 17-year-old Alex, he ain't convicted of stabbing no one. He ain't convicted of breaking into no one's home. All he's convicted of is possession of a bladed article. You're gonna treat me 10 times worse than Stravetsky.
So they let you back in, they just say, come
let me back for my appeal, but that's not how it happened. So I went and done my appeal, spoke to the judge. Judge looked me in the face in court and said, the Home Office have got it wrong. They shouldn't have done this. You know what I'm saying? So I said, cool. Thanks for understanding, you know. He spoke to my mum and dad in court, spoke to my whole family, spoke to my girlfriend as well at the time.
Any compensation?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't finished. It's not done.
Oh, it's still not even done yet?
It's still ongoing. This is an issue from 2007 till now. So what happens, basically, the judge said one thing in court, said it's gonna take you 2 weeks for us to basically, for me to make the appeal decision for your appeal. The next day I went back to the detention centre, right? I was ready to wait the 2 weeks in the detention centre, but you're gonna be surprised what they did. They came to my cell in Reich, 7 officers deep. They had a flight booked back to go back to Germany.
You're joking.
So a judge literally just seen me in court and said, the Home Office have got it wrong. Do you understand? Give me 2 weeks, 14 days and you'll get a decision. Don't worry about it. Gone back to the detention centre and you're at my cell trying to force me on a plane. I didn't go. I said, you think I just went through a whole year of literally mental breakdown in Germany, literally losing my sanity in another country without my family to go back to that? Yo, man, I ain't going on that plane. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I refused to go on a plane. They brought all 8 of them big tanks, big men. They're trying to hurt me. They're bending my wrists in handcuffs, trying to put as much pain on me as they can. I'm looking at them like, bro, you could break my wrist if you want to. You think that hurts? It don't. Nothing's gonna hurt me more than you separating me from my family. Break my wrist if you want to. Do you understand? They put a bunch of lies on my file. They be putting things on my file like, oh, he assaulted an officer, he done this. It never happened. How do you assault an officer without being convicted? But my file's filled with it. The reality of it is they tried to forcefully put me on planes and strength. You know what I'm trying to say, kind of thing?
What are you saying? Look at the strength.
That's exactly that. As funny as it sounds, exactly that, but strength. And then after about the 7th flight, there's people in immigration centers that they want to go back to the country. They want to get, they had enough of England. They ain't even had a ticket to take them back in 6 months. They're just stuck in an immigration center, sat there like this. 6 months, time's flying. Yeah? Then there's people like me, who's got their whole family, getting millions of views on YouTube for their career, and they're talking about, yeah, you need to get out of the country. Right? They're booking them 7 tickets in the space of what? 5-6 weeks. Yeah. So first ticket when I fought that one off, I'm not going on that plane. Second ticket came, I said, I'm not going on that plane. Third ticket came, I said, I'm not going on that plane. Fourth ticket, I said, I'm not going on that plane. 6th ticket, 7th ticket, to the point I said, I started hiding. You lot can't even give me a ticket no more. Like, this isn't a dip center, this is an immigration center. There's nowhere to hide. I'm going to my boy's soul, like, lock the door. They're following my phone. I know they're going to give me a ticket. Do you know what I mean, kind of thing? Like,
so these times you're trying to
call
the judges, go, yo.
Yeah, this time I'm every day I'm in the computer room like, Dodge, what the hell are you playing at? She said 14 days. And they're booking me flights every day. Yeah. What's going on? Like, 14 days passed, still no decision. I went for bail. I told the judge straight, I don't know what kind of corrupt rubbish is going on, but the judge told me in court, 14 days, you'll have your appeal decision. And he told me in court, based on what he said, that I won my appeal. Yeah. She said, so wait a second, so you you paid for an appeal in 2017. Yeah. Okay. You spent a year waiting for your appeal in immigration hold. I said, yeah. She said, did you have your appeal? I said, no. She said, what happened? I said, I was deported. She goes, so why was you deported before having your appeal? Yeah. I said, don't ask me. Yeah. Ask them and their corrupt little maneuver. Yeah. The whole deporting me before my appeal, it was a tactic. It's basically called putting through the problem to begin with, and hopefully that problem will eliminate it. Yeah. To the point where we ain't even got to worry about him no more. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it didn't work. So, come back basically, she's going, why have you been deported before doing your appeal? That's weird. Okay, carry on. You've had your appeal now. Have you received your decision? I said, the judge said 14 days. She said, okay. How long has it been? I said, it's been over 14 days. It's been 3 weeks now. She said, and you still no decision? I said, no. I said, and in the last 3 weeks, they've booked me about 7 tickets. Yeah. So why are you booking him tickets when he hasn't received the judge's decision? Yeah. Prosecutor went quiet. So I can't speak for what the Home Office is doing with his case. The judge said, no, you're getting bail today and there's nothing you guys can say to stop it. Yeah. You get it? I got bail. Released, man. I've gone home. You know what I'm trying to say? And then that's what it was. And then basically, still waiting for the judge's decision.
How long has it been now?
We're talking 2 months.
2 months now.
3 months, 4 months, still waiting. 5 months, still waiting. At this point, I was like, forget it. They got to him. I knew straight away, I was like, forget about no other decision. The police have gone behind closed. You know what happened before I even did the appeal? Yeah. My solicitor come to me in a private room, said, the judge got a daughter that works for gangs unit. Are you sure you want him to do your appeal? Yeah. But that's a trick question. They've got false intelligence on my file that says I'm a gang member. Yeah. I'm saying I'm not a gang member. I've written it down on my documents. I'm not a gang member. Prove it. They've got no proof. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So if I say to the judge, I don't want you to do my appeal because you've got a daughter who apparently works as police, a gangs unit, it's a trick question. Yeah. He's going to think you don't want me because you are a gang member. But I'm not. So go ahead and do my appeal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I knew that was just a dumb decision anyways because he probably got manipulated in the end. So he gave me a decision after 5 months, which is I didn't win my appeal.
You didn't win it?
Yeah. So you said one thing to me in court and gave me another decision 5 months later. Yeah. However, you have the right to reappeal. Yeah. That's what we've done. Before that's happened, right to reappeal it is, what happened is I get arrested at hospital. Yeah. So when you're on immigration bail in public, you have to sign in. Yeah. Or once a week or something. Now I broke my ankle last year. Yeah. So what did I do? I took a copy of my hospital appointment letter and I sent it to my caseworker. I said, I can't come sign in on this day. Grand hospital, I got a broken ankle, fracture clinic. You don't believe me? Here's a copy of my hospital appointment. Yeah. He works hand in hand with the officers in Enfield. Like it's an Operation Nexus. So the officers woke up early that morning and went to the hospital waiting for me. So I've gotten out my cab, for my hospital appointment to see the doctor for my broken ankle. And there's a guy, like Somalian looking guy, held the door open for me. I said, thank you, sir. I skipped through on my crutches. Normally you wait about half an hour, but this time it was weird. The nurse called me pretty quick. She said, come through to the private room. So I've gotten up, followed her to the private room. I've gone and sat down in the private room, yeah? And as I'm sitting in the private room, I'm on my phone. I've just looked up from my phone thinking, yeah, the doctor's here to see me. Yeah. Nope. Please. 6 officers, you're under arrest for breaching your bail. I said, how did I breach my bail? What kind of rubbish lie is that? I said, wait a second. I said, how did you know I was at the hospital? If I'm breaching my bail today? Yeah. it's not for us to discuss with you. Sort that out with your lawyer later. I said, that's rubbish. Like, I told my caseworker, I'm going to hospital on this day, at this time, at this place. You send police to the hospital to go and arrest me. If you didn't agree with that information, how about you reply to it and say, no, I want you to make sure you're there at the time, or else I'm going to breach you. You don't take that information and say, oh, he's not coming, he's going to hospital. Go and nick him at the hospital appointment. And this is where you saw the video of me shouting, and there's police are coming to the hospital and everything, and they're searching me in a private room, you know what I'm saying? So you know the room where you go to see the doctor?
Yeah.
Gone in there, they searched me. Had a bit of cannabis on me, a bit of weed on me now, you know what I'm saying? So I've gone, bro, I got weed on me, like, boom. Car, whatever, they found it. Searched me up and down, never found nothing. You know what I'm saying? I said, sir, can I please use the toilet? You know what I'm saying, car, you know one thing about me? I've got PTSD from the amount of dealings I've had with police. A person who's been through what I've been through to come back from Germany and sit in a hospital, and then you're looking left and there's officers in plain clothes, surprise, you lot are taking a mick. What the police are doing is you keep on harassing me and targeting me to the point where eventually, you know what human beings do? It's only human nature. You run, you keep running, and you run till eventually you run no more.
Yeah.
And you know what you do when you stop running? You stop running away. You start running at them. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that's what the police are doing. All I've ever wanted to do was make music, make my money from my music, provide for myself, my family, live happily ever after. I didn't want blood on my hands. If you don't want to be sitting somewhere stressing my mental health because I'm thinking, right, that man's, you know what I'm saying, I got this guy's blood on my hands or my blood on anyone's hands. And the police can't act stupid and act like they don't know that. This isn't about protecting the public or them thinking I'm in danger.
Yeah.
This is about trying to sabotage as many young black youth as possible. This is about keeping the status quo, keeping the white and wealthy rich, and keeping the blacks like myself working. So you see black people, like my parents, you know what they do? They come to England, they live to work to live, die. They want me to do the same. Do you understand? They want me to just go get a normal 9 to 5, pay the tax, live to work to live, die. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? They don't want me to have my own dreams. They don't want you to have your own ambition, your own, this is what I want to become in life and I'm going to make it happen and I'm going to chase it. The minute you do that, they treat you like a risk. They treat you like you're dangerous to the public for kitchen knives. So they treat you like, for what they arrest everybody else for and give them a slap on the wrist, they treat you like you're 10 times worse. And it's not because I'm a big danger, it's because they see the potential of my music, they see the potential of my talent. They see the way I articulate myself. Yeah. Police have dealt with 1,000 to 10,000 different young people. They walk into police stations like, "Wow, go on, cuz, bruv, no comment, cuz. I never done that, fam." And then they come across me, and I'm like, no, I articulate myself properly. So it's like, this guy can go somewhere in life.
So where are we now with the appeal?
Oh yeah. So basically, I came out on, I was in prison after that hospital arrest. Yeah. 6 months on remand. COVID-19 struck, still haven't had my trial. So I was bailed. You can't have any immigration matter until your criminal matters come to an end. Yeah. So that matter is ongoing. Yeah. Since last year, January, basically. So I've done 6 months on remand already.
So what have actually arrested you for?
Possession of a kitchen knife.
And they just found out at the spot?
He found it in a dustbin. Yeah. The officer, remember, searched. Yeah. Can I use the toilet? Yes, you can. He didn't search the toilet before letting me go in there. Yeah. Which is his duty as an officer. You have to search any environment or any room or location before you put a person in there. Yeah. He put me in a room, didn't search it. After I finished using the toilet, he's gone in there, went into a dustbin, found a knife, pulled the knife out basically. And he's done something worse. He's called the evidence, basically the knife, yeah. He's done something wrong with it, basically. He's done something corrupt. But it's something that man can't really talk about here, kind of thing. Something that's going to be spoken about in court. But he knows what I'm talking about. So to make up for the mistake that he made, the officer, he's come up with this whole cock and bull story saying he saw me put it in the bin and blah, blah, blah. But it's a lie. You know, the truth of the matter is this. Cool. You're a human being. Yeah. I search you here right now with 5 other officers with me and body-worn cameras. We only found cannabis, so we don't find a knife. We don't find nothing else on you. Yeah. Then you go to the toilet over there. Yeah. After you finish using the toilet, in the next room over there, you come out. I then go into the toilet, search it, and find a knife.
But they already searched you.
But I've already searched you before you went into it. So if I say
I found a knife in the bin. I don't know if it's his. I don't know if it's not his. Are you going to get in any trouble?
Shouldn't.
Well, obviously not. Yeah. But if I'm an officer who's targeting you, am I going to say that? No, I'm not. I'm going to say I saw him put the knife in the bin. Yeah. It's definitely his.
But where he contradicts himself, I guess, is that he searched him already.
Okay, but this is where these officers are not stupid, you know. They're very intelligent. See that? If you watch closely, I was on crutches and I was wearing that big boot. Yeah. He said the knife was inside that big boot. Yeah. That's why he never found it during search. But I'll explain to you right now why that's the stupidest thing that an officer's ever made up against me to try and make up as a lie. Where was this arrest? Where did this arrest take place? At the hospital, didn't it? Yeah. What was this? A hospital appointment, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. For a fracture, a broken bone, correct? Mm-hmm. Cool. Now, everybody in this room knows how hospital appointments work. If you injure your hand and you go to the hospital for an appointment, you sit in a waiting room, say your name, doctor calls you, go into the private room. First thing the doctor says, "Hello, sir, how you doing? How's your hand? Can I have a look at it?" Yeah. If you've got a bad elbow, you go to the hospital. The doctor says, "How you doing, sir? You're right. You've got a bad elbow. Yeah. Can I have a look at it?"
So you wouldn't put the knife.
How are you going to go to a hospital appointment and out of all the places, the doctor isn't going to say, "Hello, Alexander, let me look inside your backpack, please." Yeah. The doctor isn't going to say, "Hello, Alex, let me have a look inside your pocket." But out of all the places that the doctor is going to ask to look at you, this officer's trying to tell me that I went to a hospital, went to the waiting area, booked myself in, waited for a nurse to call my name to go into a private room, and then sat in a private room with a knife inside the one place the doctor was going to ask to look at. The truth is that knife was never inside my boot. The truth is the officer didn't find that knife for me. He searched me. But the officer also hates me and is desperately trying to get me in trouble. So is he going to say, "I found a knife in the bin, I don't know where it belongs to"? No, he's going to try and make up a story to make it stick. But you have to understand, he's insulting my intelligence by doing that. Do you understand? That's like saying that I'm so stupid, I'll go to a dentist appointment and then the dentist calls me to the private room and I go and sit in a dentist chair and I've got a pocket that the dentist isn't going to ask to look inside. I've got a bag that the dentist isn't going to ask to look inside. But out of all the places, I go and put drugs in my mouth. And then sit in the dentist. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So when I explain it to you like that, it's very easy for you to see through it. Like, oh yeah, that officer did probably lie. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But where I've got previous for knives, he thinks I can get away with that. He thinks, what? So what if I lie against him? He's been bagged bare times, but he just doesn't understand that I am a person who will articulate myself to that jury the same way I articulated myself to you, and they will see through your lies. No, they're not stupid. You searched me in a private room first. Did you find a knife? No, that's all on camera. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? How 5 officers search one person, no knives found, they then walk to a toilet. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And now all of a sudden you're making up stories saying that the knife was inside my boot. Come on now, man. It don't make no sense. So what was I going to do when the doctor walks into that? I look up, remember I explained to you, I looked up from my phone thinking it was a doctor. What do I do when the doctor walks in then? "Hello, Alexander."
Oh, wait 1 minute, I need to cut that
out. I need to. Do you get where I'm going with this? So let's be entirely honest now, right? And just say it how it is. Just say, what the officer really needs to be saying is, I found a knife in the bin. I'm from Edmonton. The hospital was all the way in Camden. Camden has their own police station. So if this was just a normal arrest, then officers in Camden could have been told to go and do the arrest. However, Alex is from Edmonton, North London, Enfield. Officers from Enfield were told to travel all the way to Camden and wait at the hospital to do the arrest.
Do you think you're currently under OBO, like right now?
OBO ain't even a word. I haven't been able... Come to your interview on tag.
You're on tag, okay.
I've got until 10 o'clock to get back in the house for a knife that got arrested for last year. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? If my name was certain man right now and I got bagged with my 4th or 5th knife, I'd do 3 months, guilty plea, whatever.
Why do you think then they hate you
me as an
in particular
individual
so much? What is it about you? Because like you said, there's others who have been arrested who...
Let me just break it down to you. I'll say how it is. I don't even care how this looks publicly as well. Yeah. These rappers... I don't know how to say it, man.
Don't say anything that you feel that might get you in trouble.
I could just put my file next to some of these rappers' files. You know the police, you know the rappers that are blowing right now? A lot of them, the feds are letting them blow. You know why? They don't rap, they don't live that shit, fam. Police are looking at their file like, what the fuck is he rapping about? So you think the police are gonna go and you know what I'm saying? With certain man, like, before music, I was actually young and involved with certain stupidity. So what it is for the police that they're targeting me, about his...
Basically, you done fuckeries and you think you're gonna get away with it. Hell no.
No, it's more than that. It's like the police wanted me to do years in jail.
Yeah.
2016, they bagged man what? Bare AMs. I got 4 counts of AMs actually. And man got acquitted on every single one of them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when
that's the height of you doing your music as well. 2016.
Yeah, but you know what it is? You see, because of my music, I'll give you an example. You see, because I'm rapping about WAPs and certain things in my songs, if I get a house here, like, how do I say it? In Essex, and then somebody shot somebody in Essex around the corner, I'm getting nicked because I'm affiliated to firearms and, you get it? So you see my entire file, it's probably got like 20 bootings on there. Do you know what I'm saying? And in reality, between me and you, they ain't, man. Like, I'm not the person that, what do you think I'm, some assassin or some hitter or something? That's not, man. They're coming to me saying a guy in OT has been shot at or shot, and they're trying to say I'm the perpetrator. They come to me saying this guy's been shot, saying I'm the perpetrator. It wasn't, man. What the police is, they're listening to man's music and they're letting it get to their head where they're thinking, this guy must really be that guy. Stop letting music brainwash police officers into thinking certain people are what they are. Like, just look at me for what I really am.
Yeah.
Like, just look at me in real life. I'm here now. Look at me for what I really am and how I carry myself. The reality about it was this year, when I was young, I made music. I said wild things in my songs. Why? I said, how do I say it? You get the attention, you get the views you deserve from saying those things.
I mean, just touching on music again then, is that how do you sort of do your music now, knowing all those kind of predicaments that
I make songs like Fendi. That's how I do it now.
Yeah.
You get it?
And
I make songs like Fendi off. They can't touch me. You see when I make music like that?
Yeah.
Police sit in the police station like, fuck! You can't touch him. When I make drill music now, bob, all the ad-libs and that.
Yeah.
As long as I don't portray an image which justifies the harassment, I'm all right. I ain't got to worry about that.
So, like, even with that now, is it a thing that now where you're gonna have to sort of transform? Because, like I said, you're on bail, you're waiting for this case. Is it a thing that, you know what, I actually just need to be on my best behavior because they could be trying to use this music against me as well now.
Do you get why I'm coming out with songs like Fendi where I'm not releasing as much as I want to?
Yeah.
So what it is you just basically took the words out of my mouth. Exactly that. It's like, they've got me where they want me. They've got me exactly where they want me. They got me on cases, and as long as I'm on a case, I've got to watch my every single move. Like I've got to also watch how the public perceives me and looks at me, because if I'm looked at like a villain in the public eye, they come for me hard and quick.
And that's what I was gonna say as well, because like you're saying, cause at the very beginning you're saying that you sort of made an angle for this sort of style because you want controversy sells, right? So there's an artist, as you said, was an artist you actually should listen to at the very beginning. So there's that video where you've seen him and you've got at him. Now you're saying kind of you have to see how you're being perceived as the bad guy. So you seen Skepta driving past. I think your leg was even broken at the time as well.
There you go. I was on crutches. I told you about the incident with crutches. I was on crutches when that happened.
So was
you didn't even know.
So was it just a clout thing then?
It wasn't even about clout. I swear that, bro. I've come back from. I'm thinking it was a hospital appointment. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
I'm in a car, pulled up next to him, at the traffic light, and I just look. I've seen man. I've gone. It was more of a like, wait, hold on. You know when you've looked at man like that's Skepta, like, wait, that's Skepta. Like,
had you ever met him before that?
Nah, fam. I'm thinking, bro. The only time I've seen this guy channel AKA or some shit. And now man's in the fucking car sitting next to him on the race.
So wasn't there a thing then where you could have gone, yo, Skepta, I used to listen to you?
No, I weren't anything like that. I bigged him up first. Like, I was like, yo, Skepta. I was like, wind your window down, but it was intimidating. Yeah. I feel like the way I came across, remember, you couldn't see no crutches. The way I was in the car, I had the crutches all down here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he was intimidated. He's thinking, what's this shoe on? I'm seeing something next. But he don't know who the fuck I am, bro. You remember that? He probably remembers or heard the name A1 from the 9. Yeah. But he couldn't put the name to the face at that moment in time. Remember, I've been out the game for a few, 3 years, 4 years in jail, Germany, while all of that shit was going on. I wasn't even saying that until that thing. I just said like, yo, Skepta, wind the window down. You weren't gonna wind the window down. You walk the window down from like here to like down here. And he's gone, what? And obviously I'm with this driver now. She's high, she's bugging. She's saying mad shit to him. She's like,
fuck your mum, and obviously he's a grown-ass man, so he's like, who the fuck are you talking to? Shut your mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's all it really was. And man was recording it, yeah, because I'll tell you the honest truth. Man, let me just say this right now, factually right now, yeah. I know that social media likes to try and portray to the public like just because they're fans of certain people, like, oh, you couldn't chat to that. Let me just break it to you, like factually now, yeah. I know I'm trying to portray myself as a good guy, and I actually am, but certain rappers don't want to see man backstage. Like, let's just be factual right now. Your favorite rapper in the UK is shit scared of man, fam. Like, I ain't got to beat around the bush, right? And it's for the simple reason that, how do I say it? Certain men are on certain things, certain men are just not on certain things. Don't get me wrong, I got respect. Like, my mum and dad raised me right, respect your elders. Skepta in the UK, as far as the UK goes, my man's created a legacy. I won't ever throw dirt on that. My man even went back to Af and done certain things, you know what I'm saying? In Nigeria, he's Nigerian, he's from where I'm from, so I won't hate on him. This ain't the thing of me hating on him, bro. You have to remember, when you drop songs like with Gunna D, what's that tune? Music is my fucking. So next tune with Gunna D back in the days, man. I didn't remember the lyrics too tough. I'll probably remember it later. I'll come to man. But I was fucking with it, bro. I was inspired by Skepta's music at some point when I was younger, you know, like the way my man done his thing. But I won't say I was a fan. I'll just say, like, I watched this video. You know, with N-Dubs back in the days. I Feel So Alive. I said, yeah, that's cool. It's a little vibe. Then tunes with Gunna. I said, you know what, Skepta, like, he's a guy who I grew up on his music, bro. He's even done certain tunes with Wizkid and that. I thought, wow. You know what I'm saying? But what it was, let's be factual and say it how it is now. I got, remember I said to you, they're not my Opps, they're competition. Yeah. I feel like certain rap groups in the UK had the flame. Yeah, as far for their generation, especially grime groups as well. And I feel like they tried to pass that flame down to another group. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's people who are going, you know what I'm saying, pulling strings and trying to bust certain individuals. Like, I ain't got nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, if I see certain man as my competition, and you as an artist are pulling strings to help those people I see as competition get advanced, then you are also slightly, you know what I'm saying?
But
the enemy.
I hear you. So, but it's like, if someone is from a certain area,
it's not about his area. Nothing to do with his area. He's not even from that part of Tottenham. He's from Meridian. I got friends from Meridian. I was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got, like, it's nothing to do with that. It weren't even. I got friends from Tottenham. I've got friends from Bournemouth Farm. I got friends from North.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Is it a sense of then entitlement? Because why shouldn't it be able to help them? Because if he helped you, would you have had a problem with it? If Skepta calls you and say, you know what, let's do a tune.
No, but it's different. It's like cool. It's like you're seeing. Cool. If Skepta called me and said, let's do a tune. Cool. But the reality, guess what's so funny about that? You're saying that if Skepta did a tune with me or pulled any of the strings he did for them and me, you know what I'm saying? Them man, they would G-check him same way. So it's so funny that you said that. It's funny that you said that, you know, because I know DGs, man, grew up around them. Skepta ain't doing no tune with me without man in Tottenham feeling a certain way and saying, right, what? Is that what my man's doing?
I mean, how do you even feel? I know what you're saying, look, we'll call it for what it is, OFB, yep. How do you feel about, I guess, because like I said, you kind of had the flame a little bit in 2016, right? And obviously, you've gone through all these legal issues. And since that period, they've become ultimately successful with even Heady One getting number one.
You know what I think about that? I'll be honest with you. I look at it with happiness. Shall I tell you why? In my head, I think talent-wise, I think music-wise. I've not been able to release enough music to say what I'm about to say now, but I've heard my what's it called, like my unreleased music. I've heard what I'm sitting on. And I can confirm to you, I'm actually happy when I look at them lot do them things there. You know why? Because it tells me I can do it. You know, I'm sitting in the studio listening to my songs like, right, they're gonna go crazy when this drops. So when I see these guys as chief shit, I'm not looking at it like, raw. Oh, why is he doing that? I'm looking at it like, yes, that's good stuff. If my man from down the road, from OFBs, and I'll be honest with you, let's be honest. You see drill, to me, I call it nursery rhyming. I don't think what these lot are doing is filled with bare talent. Like you say a few lines, you pause, say a few lines, you pause, the beat does the rest. Drill.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it sells. I think it's nursery rhyming. If you actually ask some of these rappers to rap lyrically, we're gonna have some issues now. We're gonna see the lack of talent, which is being glorified. But I'm not even. That's a whole other subject. But
just in terms of the success story,
yeah, but in terms of the success, I say that's good. I'll actually say, you know what? I'll go as far to say as man feel happiness when I see that because it tells me I can do it. I look at some of the rappers coming out of their batch and out of their prime and say, you know what? I've got music better than that. I've got tunes sitting there just waiting on better than that. I know when it hits the radio, when I release it, it's gonna do better than that. You know what I'm saying? So when I see them and all that success, I don't look at it like, raw, these not gonna succeed. I look at it like, raw. All right, cool, this is what we're doing now. You know what I'm saying? My little section in North London got niggas doing mad numbers, doing mad things. I'm gonna be one of them. I ain't gonna be one of the niggas that fall back, you know what I'm saying? And fall behind, and I'm gonna be one of them. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how I said, it's competition. That's how I've always seen it.
So again, in terms of like you don't want to be painted out as the bad guy, but sometimes you're painted out the bad guy, right? Again, I said to you earlier, when it was off camera, like there was something you posted recently. I don't want to get into the whole details of it. There's something you posted recently, which I thought like, does A1 from the 9 need to post that?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's getting at someone and family, and I wanted to DM you and say, bro, like...
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Why, as to why I posted that video?
Yeah.
And I think I know exactly what video you're talking about.
Yeah.
Put it this way. How do I say it, man? See if tables were turned.
Yeah, they'd have done it.
And it was me, you know what I'm trying to say? Doing what? Like doing my thing right now, and you know what I'm trying to say? Do you think man will not be breathing down my neck, throwing every diss Tom, Dick and Harry from my sister to whatever they can think of to try and diss me? Of course they would. So why should I sit there and at the end of the day, I don't know if one thing about drill rappers why I laugh at members of the public here when they get a bit attached to drill rappers, these are some evil motherfuckers, bro. They rap about people's deaths like there's no tomorrow. Why would members of the public care about what's getting said to them?
So there's no rules, basically.
The minute you go on a song and you find somebody losing his life funny, you think there's any rules as to what happens with you? You think what? There's people should care about morals with you. Do you care about morals? You know how powerful that is when you see me in my songs. It's funny I said that. When I was young, I used to diss Bear Man in my tunes. Yeah. Bear Dead Man and all type of like, cool, I won't say I dissed them, but like, I'll mention some type of bullshit. But I ain't done that in years. You're not gonna hear any of my songs talking about any of some of the childish rubbish man used to do, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's like, that shit is mad disrespectful. Like, it takes for you to lose someone
to understand it.
To actually realize, like, nah, that is peak. Man should not be mentioning that name. Man ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm trying to say? And these guys be mentioning people who've died like there's no tomorrow on every song. There's a Daily W that dropped not too long ago. Names are getting mentioned, thrown about in that, and people glorify it. So it makes me look at the public like, you lot don't even know what the fuck you lot want. Like, you lot are confused individuals. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you lot glorify it, you know what I'm saying? When it's coming from the person you like. Yeah. But when shit hits the fan, which is reality, you start going on and crying and whinging, oh, why are you, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a thing where like, these guys are from down the road. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? We don't hate each other. At the end of the day, I see them doing their thing with music and I look at myself like, bro, man's gonna achieve shit as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you can't really get too attached to a drill rapper to the point where like, cause you're not the only person, the bare fans popped up to me like, oh, you violated, blah, blah, blah. Or people try to call it clout chase, bro. And I've never met Abra in my whole life. Who dissed who first? If we actually really want to go there and say he's a clout chaser, I've got the right to diss whoever I want. You know why? Because they all dissed me first. Back then, I was up here, they were down here, they was all dissing me. So why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I return the favor? What? Like, do you think it makes me wrong to return the favor, to diss certain people back now? Does it?
I'm just saying it from when I said we'll go back from the beginning.
Yeah, I know that video.
A place of maturity now.
Yeah, but it is about maturity though. It's like, how do I say it? You see my fan base, mature. My age group and the fan base, I'm 22. The people who listen to my music are a bit older than me, a little bit younger than me, they're mature. You see their fan base, especially the guy, my man, they're little kids. You ain't gonna be able to reason with that fan base with, how do I say it?
mature logic.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the hell that is. They don't even listen to that. The only thing they listen to is immaturity. They see a video or a picture and go, that's funny. That's what that generation of fan base understands. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So everything I do, it may look like it's madness, but there's a lot of method behind the madness.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Yeah. So it's music, it's competition. In the end of it, you're here to make a bag, to support yourself, to support your family. Let's say it will never happen, right? Let's say one of them reached out and said, you know what? Fuck all that bullshit. The bag's there. Let's make a tune.
I'll tell you something right now.
Yeah.
See, when I was about 14, I was seen as one of like the main key figures in Edman. 15 for my age group. I wasn't involved in the gang rubbish, but as a musician and what I did, I had a tiny bit of influence. So what did I use that influence to do? I tried to reach out with the leaders, or not leaders, but like, you know, like key figures in the area and make peace.
Yeah.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I actually did. I hit up people from other areas and like, bro, no one's been stabbed. I said, forget about the older generation. Them lot, they finished each other. You know what I'm saying? They're all in prison, they whatever. As far as our generation goes, I don't know most of these guys from the older generation. So guess what? I don't care about them.
Yeah.
And you also need to stop pretending like you know most of these guys from the older represent. You know, most of this rubbish going on everyone's block, fam. It's just man and pretending like they got a link to olders. And in reality, you don't even know the olders. Let's just break it down. Like majority of the man in Bang for the Hood, I never met, man. Majority of the oldest that put in work for where man's from originally, never met them. But they got all these credentials and stripes and shit. So people just pretend like, oh, the oldest was beefing them, so man's part of it, man's beefing them. It's a bandwagon thing and it's so fake. You get it? Like, beef should really be about he violated me or my family or my money, so we're at it. But that's not what's going on, man. I died over bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I separated myself from that. Like, that's why I think the way I do now. So you see, if one of the Opps hit me up and say, cool, let be a bag. The last time I even said something along the lines of peace between North London and everyone, bro, man tried to make me, man tried to make a clown out of me. Yeah. The chat got screenshotted. People are posting the chat saying, you feel me? Saying,
did you reach out?
No, obviously I reached out to him and said, bro, you ain't been bored. None of you been, like, you know what I'm saying? No one ain't been hurt. I ain't been hurt. None of my friends have been hurt. You lot ain't been hurt. Let's now, before people actually start getting hurt, you know what I'm saying?
So someone screenshot that.
Screenshot that posting it. He's a pussy. You don't want no smoke. You don't want no. So me being young and naive, I got raised by good parents. Hence why I did that. Me getting that thrown in my face. What do you think that teaches me?
And you know, and that's the difficulty there.
What do you think that teaches me? That teaches me that fuck these youths, but they don't know right from wrong. Do you get it?
I mean, what about let's look at I guess in your own area. Then you got like someone like Tion Wayne who sort of had the same sort of success as them. Like, is that someone that you look at like, right, that's actually someone from the actual hood. Forget the people down the road. That is actually someone from the hood, and his success is one of the leading artists in the UK. Does that you take inspiration from that?
I'll say I do take inspiration from that. But you know, like I said, I look at all these men and I look at what they do and I say to them, and I say to myself, I know what I'm on. Yeah. I know my lyrical ability. I know my talent. I know what I can do when I'm in the studio, and I compare it to what people glorify. Tion's hard, does his thing. You know what I'm saying? He put Edman on the map. Very talented individual. You know what I'm saying? Nigerian as well. You know what I'm saying?
The theme is a theme.
Yeah, no, another one of us. But what it is like he created his legacy in Edman. I respect it. But I'm a person who wants to create my own. Yeah. I'm a person who very much hates, like, how do I say it? I want to get stuff done here, but I want it to be said after I get it done that he went through whatever.
Then he done it on his own. He didn't ask for handouts or someone's aid or give me a feature.
Or this person put him on. Yeah. That's just the one thing about me. I'd rather sit there and no matter however long it's going to take, but reality with me is not going to take so long. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But reality, I'd rather sit there and say, I did it. And I did it just like all these other guys did it. And I didn't need no feature or bussage to do that. No, I'm hard enough by myself. All I gotta do is keep dropping songs like Fendi. I don't need to do drill songs. I'll do that for my families every once in a while, just to keep them happy, keep them entertained.
But even with Fendi, you put that on Grime Daily, right?
Yeah, but I feel like that video was sabotaged.
Yeah. So what actually happened? Talk us through that.
So previews gone up 50K, 60K views on Instagram.
Yeah.
I know people on YouTube who spend £10,000 on a video and they even get 60k views. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, wow, why is it GRM airing me? I've sent them an email, everything, and just ignoring it. I can't, they ain't seen it. Whoever's controlling the Instagram account for GRM, I don't know.
Well, did you DM them?
Yeah, but they're moving very unprofessional. You're reading my messages and ignoring them.
Did they say seen?
Yeah, seen. They read it and ignore it. But to me, it's like, I ain't done nothing wrong to you, like GRM. But like, we've done an interview before I went jail. Like, cool. No offense, I can't really control my future or my fate. I went jail. I went Germany, come back, and now I'm being treated like some, like, man never even existed. Like, do you get it? Like, and I just said, bro, that's what kind of burnt me. So people see my reaction, say, why is he arguing with GRM, bro? Because they're taking the piss.
Was it because you're saying no one responded to you?
Do you think if any they were airing?
Because what I've been told, like I said, I've only kind of just got into this management thing, right? So obviously I got people from Link Up TV who sort of who follow me, so it was easy for me to just hit them up and say, yo, I want to put their videos up, can you do it?
And they'll do it.
But obviously someone will tell me with GRM, because everybody's DMing them, everybody's emailing them, they might not see anything and say, oh, they might have a backlog of stuff. So do you think that it could have been just a miscommunication?
Nah, it was crap. I say something. They don't follow me on the gram.
No.
I've got 500,000 views on your channel, or people don't even have. You follow people that ain't even got 10k views in your channel and that. Jammer, BBK, no offense, man, listen to his music, grew up on it and that. You know what I'm saying? I can name a list of rappers GRM's following and supporting their thing and they struggle to get my views.
But is Jammer someone that they've been from back in the day, you know? Like,
he's hard, he's a legend in this thing, bro. I'll big up Jammer's thing, he's a legend in this thing, bro. From all, what's that thing? Where they battle with the mics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what it is like, it's just, I just felt like there should have been a lot more homage being given to man. Yeah.
I say this because,
and they know that as well. They know they did man wrong, man. They knew it. The comments said it. I tried to do it at first. I said, let me just bite my tongue and just pretend like I can't see the fuckery they're doing.
Yeah.
When the video came out, I'm going in the comments, and the comments will say, GRM violated.
Wow, what happened? So they actually put the video out?
Alright, cool. They didn't promote it.
Yeah.
They insulted me. This is a video I put on Instagram basically. Yeah, it's got 50k, 60k preview views. Yeah, and you're on Instagram saying it needs 40k for you to promote it, or for you to change it to premiere. Yeah. They didn't even think it was gonna get 40k views in a day.
Yeah. Although you already been on there before.
I've done like 100k in a day. They were quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of man was quiet when they saw that. I know man was like, we really tried to hate on my man's thing, and even all the hate you threw at him, he still bombarded his way right through. So, boom, then my video started acting up on YouTube. A few days after that, the tagging or something was fucked, and they don't come back. You type in what the video is called, A1 from the night, on YouTube, it don't come up.
I remember I was looking for it, I couldn't find it.
Thank you. So why is that happening? Does that happen to Skepta's video when he drops on GRM? No. Does that happen to RV or any of the, or Demon or Tion? No. It happens to me. And what's the explanation for it? Oh, YouTube algorithms. You bamboozling. I don't like these patterns. Like, you know, people get mixed up. You see the way I move on social media. In their head is like this little childish talker. They miss the fact that behind that social media shit, yeah, there's actually a real life human being. Yeah. And there's a person that's trying to change his family's life. Yeah. There's a person that's actually got goals and things they're trying to achieve. And when you sit there as a platform screaming Black Lives Matter and you're shutting the door on certain black youths' ambitions and dreams, you know what I'm trying to say? Like it don't make no sense. You know, what's the purpose of you owning that platform as a black man then? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Don't get me wrong. If you're saying to me, don't make music dissing anybody on my platform or going against the Opps, blah, 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 as long as you do that, we'll treat you a certain way. I understand that. You don't want to have blood on your hands because your platform's responsible for spiraling the back and forth. Yeah. I get that. Songs like Fendi, why are you ignoring me? Yeah. Explain that now. They can't explain it. The reality about it was this, yeah. They try to control, the industry tries to control who makes it and who doesn't.
So gatekeepers.
Yeah, they try to, but the problem with it is there's certain people that just have that, I won't call it 6ix9ine. Like 6ix9ine energy. No matter how much black boy you throw at a certain man's team, they're still gonna literally. You know what I'm gonna say? But people like Lil Durk, you can try to blackball him, say he chills with too many gang members and shit or whatever, bro. You still look at him now, and that's me. You're gonna see me in the future See the same way you speak about them, and you speak about me in the future and say, yeah, my man's gone clear.
I mean, as I said, do you need a platform, or can you just put it on your own platform now?
At this point, I can put it on my own platform. Yeah. So I think it'll be in the interest of platforms that was moving a bit funny before to just work on me now, because you're robbing yourself of money. It's not, you're not even robbing me. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. It's the YouTube views. I don't care about the YouTube views money. That's dead to me. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? But you lot should care about that, because that's where you make your income. Yeah. So when you're there trying to sabotage man's video, when you could have pushed it and made a bit more extra money for your platform. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear that.
It's just, I'm at the age now where it's not about beef. It's not about, oh, you fuck with them, man. I don't care about that. I really don't. I'll fuck with the Opps if I'm getting money. You know what I'm saying? That's why niggas on. Like, you got $500,000 right now. I don't care if you're from Tottenham. You know what I mean? You put $500,000 on the table. I don't give a fuck if you're OFB. You know what I mean?
Do you then think that people from your own area look at that and say, oh, like, my man doesn't really care?
No, I can't tell man nothing. Yeah. Do you know, it's not that man don't care, bro. Put anybody else in that predicament right now. Put anybody else on my end in the predicament. When they're sitting at the table, $500,000 right there, and it's an op. You think man care?
So it's just in the day, just a money situation.
Listen, we're all going through some shit in life, yeah. As niggas on the streets where we're stuck in them trenches and we're trying to make it out. You give any of the niggas in the trenches a chance to take it out, $500,000. You think you're gonna take it because you're up? Why? Who on earth is gonna do that? This is about trying to make it out. This is what people don't see. This ain't about clout. People be pre my social media shit saying this guy cares about clout. No. This is about trying to make it out at all costs.
No, I hear that.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about, I want to be recognized for this, but I grew up having all the girls I ever wanted to in Edinburgh. You can imagine, you make music like that. You pull up in the car, there's girls screaming their eyes out. You know what I'm trying to say, kind of thing. That's how I grew up. This ain't about clout. It still is like that in Edinburgh today.
I'm going to say quickly as well, because we're looking to wrap up soon. I think this is going to be on record as the longest video we've done, so I actually enjoyed it. A1 from the 9, where did that come from? Where did the name come from?
A1.
Alex.
9 Boys Music Group, yeah, Alex.
Okay.
But the 9 Boys Music Group, so from the 9. But obviously the police think the 9 Edinburgh and the gang.
Okay.
We ain't a gang. I'm not part of no gang.
So what are we looking at now in the future? Like what's
coming next?
Yeah, what's coming next?
Yeah, music. Apart from this, like literally this week alone, I've got about 2 tunes. Okay. So they should be coming out this week. I've got a few freestyles, a few platforms coming out. Literally, I'm at this point. I'm ready to take the music thing to the next level. Still, that's what I'm 1,000% gonna do. Still, at the next level. That's it.
Now we hear that, man. And that there, guys, was A1 from the 9. That's a wrap.